Alright guys, welcome back to TVD Reviews. As you can tell by the description down here, this isn't a review, this is a response. I'm going to try and keep it as quick as possible. I'm having slight technical issues with Streamlabs. For some reason it disconnects the camera, so if there is jump cuts, I do apologise straight away. As some of you are aware that follow me on Twitter, there's quite a bit of drama going on in the Twitter vape scene, if you like. Now, cutting straight to it, Smoking Vapes, I linked in my last review to buy the Riot Squad Punk Grenade range from. They ship worldwide. I've had quite a few subscribers and followers asking where they can get it, because obviously over in the States it's hard to get the hands on it, this, that and everything else. So obviously I've linked Smoking Vapes in the last review. Now, it's become apparent to me over the last 72 hours that there's been quite a bit of problems going on with Smoking Vapes. Now, Smoking Vapes put up a tweet 3-4 weeks ago asking for promoters and so forth. I was tagged in it. Quite a few other reviewers, smaller reviewers, were tagged in it. There was promoters tagged in it, obviously. Promoters on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. And within 2 minutes of that tweet going up, Smoking Vapes had handpicked a female promoter straight away. Obviously no background checks on said female promoter to see if she actually promotes vape stuff, whether it's juices, hardware, whatever. And she was handpicked, I assume, because of her profile picture. Anyway, moving along quickly, because I don't want to spend a lot of time on this. I am putting it out there. I've been advised, so to speak, from bigger reviewers that this needs to be put out there to make people aware. So this is what this video is about. Smoking Vapes obviously contacted said promoter. Now, to my knowledge, there is 11 females that have been contacted from Smoking Vapes to promote in some kind of way his business in the UK and overseas. Now, obviously, there's conversations that have gone on with the business, i.e. Smoking Vapes, and said female promoters. The conversations have took a turn from going from just being a conversation about promotional work, if you like, to more personal conversations, to the extent where there was nude pictures sent back and forth, videos of naked bodies, having things done to them. You know where I'm going with this. Obviously I'm trying to be all not discreet, so to speak, but I don't want to go full detail. Obviously I have screenshots and stuff of the conversations from every 11 females that are involved. Smoking Vapes has obviously built up a rapport with these females, and this conversation has gone from just being about promotional work to more personal stuff, as I've said, with obviously the photos and videos being swapped around between company and promoter, or promoters. Now, this isn't a vape problem, you're thinking. To a certain degree, I agree with you. But I'm going to go into it a little bit more, just to get a bit of guideline for everyone that's watching this, and for those that are not understanding the whole situation on Twitter. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see quite a lot of stuff, because obviously I will comment and retweet stuff, this, that, and everything else. My latest tweet, I did put a tweet up saying I'm pulling away from Smoking Vapes. Now, obviously in my last review, I did link his link to where to buy from, which I'm not taking the review down, because obviously it's a review, and I'll hold my hands up. When I've messed up, I've messed up, and this time I think with that review I messed up for sending subscribers and followers to this company. I didn't know 72 hours later what I know now. If I'd known that, I wouldn't have linked him in my review. I just want to clear that up straight away. But anyway, getting to the point, obviously there's photos and videos shared between company and promoters. So these females were promoting his business this, that, everything else, and they started promoting other businesses or other companies, vape companies, and Smoking Vapes has got pissed off over it. I'll put it that way. He's got pissed off, but he's gone and he's attacked these female promoters verbally. He's made threats. He's issued threats to a fair few of them. He's also told a third party, which does not want to be named for obvious reasons, that he knows where a few of the promoters in the UK live, because obviously he's got their address through the promotional work, if you like. And he's basically turned around and said he knows where they live, they know that they've got kids, this, that, and everything else. He knows one of the promoters is going to Vape Expo in May, and he would love to see her and basically kick off. I'll put it that way. And, well, he wants to give her a piece of his mind, I think was the correct wording. Now, obviously, I've seen these screenshots, which I'm going to insert a few. I'm not going to insert a vast majority of them. It's just a few that I've handpicked. For the simple fact is, yes, they don't go into depth of the whole conversation, but the stuff I have to censor out for my sake, the YouTube channel, and so to speak, a bit of protection for the female promoters as well. Obviously, details, videos, and photos. So, the first image I'm going to bring in is this one. As you can see on the left hand side, it's got the business, Smoking Vapes business icon, logo, brand, whatever you want to call it, on the left hand side. So you know it's sent from him. The ones in blue are the promoter. The ones in grey is obviously the business. Now, as you can see, he's having a bit of a rant, this, that, everything else. And obviously the promoter is having a little bit back, if you like. And then he's gone on to call her a fucking mad cunt, which, to be fair, pissed me off a little bit. You shouldn't talk to a female that way. If it's in banter, and I know quite a few people say, well, it's only cunt, cunt's not really offensive. It all depends how you use it. Now, TVP and Vape and Bogan use cunt in every other video type of thing, whether it's a live show or whatever, but it's in a banter way of doing it. It's not aimed like he's aiming it in this message. And it, obviously he's saying, you played me like a fucking fool. So, then a message went around, which was this one, which obviously there's no icons, logos, brands, whatever down either side. So, and this is what Smoking Vapes apparently received. Now, obviously the two bits I've blanked out are names, and as I said, I will blank out names and stuff just for the safety of others, if you like. And obviously there's certain things worded. Now, obviously I've spoke to Smoking Vapes a fair bit on Twitter and private message before all this kicked off, so I know how he words certain things. Now, this to me looks like, which he's got two accounts, two Twitter accounts, so this looks like to me that he's gone on to one account and he's messaged the other account, acting as if it's someone randomly messaging him. Now, it could be a random person messaging him, I can't see it, but anyway, this is obviously, again, he's in grey. Is he in grey on this one? Yes, he's in grey, and the random person is in blue, apparently. But then we move on to this one. Now, obviously, that last message, the promoter was saying, I didn't say anything, I haven't said anything to anyone, this, that, everything else. And he's obviously called him a liar, and she's turned around and said, I can't force you to believe me, and he's put prove it. Obviously you're reading it as well. Obviously she's commented back, and then he's put, shout out your undying love for me in front of everyone. So everyone's supposed to go out and shout their undying love for Smoking Vapes. Also, it seems. To then have a message, which again I'll blank out names that have been mentioned, And as you can see, he's getting a bit salty, this, that, everything else. He's getting a bit stressy, getting whatever, because obviously this promoter is now promoting a different brand overseas, and that's where they're from. But as you can see, he's being a bit of a knob end. Now, these messages, obviously there's 11 females involved. Now, these messages, to be fair, pissed me off a little bit. But then I got sent this message. Again, you can see it's Smoking Vapes' icon, logo, brand, whatever you want to call it, which is just pure, in my opinion, just pure filth. Now, again, it's done through private message, so it's not really a vape problem, so people are saying. Now, I'll say this, and I'll put points across to anybody. I am not the only small reviewer. There are bigger reviewers than me that have 10, 20 times more subscribers than what I've got, and even they agree with the majority of us. The problem that lies here is Smoking Vapes, or Paul, has used his business account. As I've already said, he has 2 Twitter accounts that I know about. Apparently, from what I've also been told, he's also now setting up different Twitter accounts to stalk these promoters and to carry on bombarding them with messages and insults and everything else. Again, I don't know about that. I've got no proof of that, but I have people getting me proof. Now, before I go on the attack, so to speak, the female promoters, I just want to put this out there to you. A few of you have put on Twitter openly, so everyone can see it, that you are a victim. And obviously a few of you have said in private message you are a victim. Right, let's just sum this up, because this is the bit that really started to piss me off regarding the female side of it. Now, I know quite a few of you have thanked me, this, that, and everything else, for basically being the voice of you, because obviously you are afraid of Smoking Vapes and the owner, Paul, and this, that, and everything else, which I understand to a certain degree. But you're saying that you're the victim. Now, you're not the victim for sending pictures and videos of yourselves to him, and him sending pictures and videos of him to you. That does not make you a victim. Soon as you send a message, a picture, a video, a screenshot, whatever, you have no control over that. So you are not the victim. You knew what you were doing at the time, and yes, he might have misled you, this, that, and everything else. I get that. But you're not a victim. There are plenty of females out there that are victims of quite a lot worse events, if you like, that are being called lies and everything else, and they're not the victim, so to speak. And these females are the ones that are being raped and abused mentally and physically, and they don't come forward because they don't like to be branded as the victim. A few of you are using the word victim and you're throwing it around like no one's business. You're not the victim. You sent it. You were in a perfectly good mind when you sent the pictures and videos. Now, what you are a victim of is the bullying, the attacks, the verbal attacks, the messages back and forth where Smoking Vapes, his name called you, everything, bitch, cunt, slut, whore, slag, everything else. Now, that's what you are a victim of. You're not a victim of the videos or the images that you've sent, because you've sent them under your own grounds. You've sent them to him for whatever reason. That's nothing to do with me. Again, people are probably going to be saying, well, this isn't vape related. This is where it gets interesting, because Paul, as I said, has 2 Twitter accounts. If all this had gone on to his personal Twitter account, I wouldn't give 2 shits. I'll be open about it. I wouldn't give 2 shits about the photos, the videos, the conversations. I would give a shit about how he's been and how he's worded a few messages and the attacks on the females. I would give a shit about that, because I think it's very disrespectful to talk to a female like that. but that's just my opinion. But Paul has used his business as a gateway on a vape platform, if you like, obviously being his business, to gain the trust and I suppose the respect to a certain degree and other stuff from these female promoters. And obviously, as I've seen him at quite a few messages, he's offered them the world. Now, these females have quite a few things in common with each other. They are either single, they are either single parents, they're going through a bad breakup, they've just come out of a relationship, so on and so on and so on. So Paul knows what type of females to target, type of thing, and to try and uplift and convince this, that, and everything else. Starting off with, you be a promoter, let's use my business to gain photos and videos of nude females and videos of nude females doing stuff to their own body and so forth. Now, this is just a warning to the vape community, if you like. This kind of shit doesn't sit well with the reviewers or promoters. It certainly doesn't sit well with me at all. I'm actually quite pissed off by the whole lot. And I know, as I've just said, if he'd done it on his personal account, I wouldn't give a shit. But it's the fact that he's used his vape platform, his company account on Twitter to gain someone's trust and to gain photos and videos. And I know I keep referring to it as photos and videos, but if I know of 11 people, which I do know of 11 people because they've come forward to me, and I've had people's partners come up to me in direct message and say, well, this has gone on, but I shot him down straight away, and I'll quote, he's a little bitch as soon as a male gets involved. Now, I'm going to address you, Paul, directly. Where the fuck do you get off using a vape company stroke vape platform to gain someone's trust, whether it's male or female, and then to build them up, promise them the world and everything else to gain stuff for your personal need, i.e. the pictures and the videos? Where the fuck do you get off doing that? If you did, as I said, if you'd have done it on your personal account, I wouldn't have given two shits. The fact that you've brought your vape business into this, now people know, certain people know, there are other reviewers that know, there are other reviewers that have put up tweets after I put my tweet up saying I've backed away from Smoking Vapes, this, that, and everything else. I'm not going to sit here and say Smoking Vapes is a shit company. I thought they were a good company to use. But from my tweet that I put out the other day, I will no longer be using Smoking Vapes. And I'm trying to be as calm as possible because ranty videos don't really get the message across. But Paul, I'm going to issue this to you. You want to make threats to females, little timid females. And I'm not just on about verbal threats, I'm on about threatening them. You know where they live. You know they're going to Expo, so you're going to be at Expo. Well, Paul, I'm going to Expo as well. And said promoter that you've had to go out and you've threatened, whether it's directly to them or a third party, I've arranged to meet up with. And as soon as you approach her, you'll be talking to me, not her. You want to make threats of someone, I know where you live, and they have children. You want to bring children into the mix. I'm an adult. Let's see if you've got the big enough balls to talk to me how you've talked to these females. Now, I'm not just saying all the blame's on you, Paul, because it's not. The females obviously were in the conversation as well and sent you pictures and videos. But you, Paul, could have put a stop to all this and said, hold up a minute, while this conversation is here, let's go over to my other account where it's my personal account, not my business account. You, Paul, have literally single-handedly fucked up your business. Because obviously I'm only a small-time reviewer. Bigger reviewers know about this. And when I say bigger reviewers, I'm on about the ones that can damage your business by putting out a simple video. They've already damaged vape companies already when vape companies have fucked up in the past, i.e. magazines and stuff. If they put a video out, your company will be fucked because they have the backing of so many people that the message will be put across to everybody to avoid your company. So you will lose the custom. What are you going to do then? You're going to set up a different company. It's one of them, Paul. And as I'm addressing you, Paul, haven't you got a wife that's a director of your company? Because if she's not your wife, then she carries your surname and she's Romanian. See, Paul, me and so many others do digging on people that piss us off. You are a disease in the vape community. You have single-handedly used your own vape company to get your own satisfaction and your own needs. And as I keep saying, Paul, you could have used your personal account to gain these pictures, these videos, but then you didn't. You used your vape account, your company account, to gain the trust, the respect, the hype, if you like, of all these female promoters, and then you've twisted it somewhere and then it's gone into more personal stuff. Now, I don't care if you want to send them pictures of you or videos of you doing stuff to yourself, and I don't care if they want to send pictures to you or videos of them doing stuff to themselves. That shit doesn't bother me in the slightest. What bothers me is you've used your company's account on Twitter and you've built up a rapport with these females, and as soon as you've got what you've wanted, you have literally dropped them just like that. And then after dropping them, you have attacked them, and you're still attacking now, Paul. Now, today's date is the 19th of February, Paul, and you're still attacking through private message. You are still setting up different accounts to attack these female promoters. Here's the thing for you, Paul. Why don't you message back the reviewers that you've sent reviewer sample boxes to, that have asked you what's going on and you're avoiding them? You haven't messaged them in, what, 3-4 days? But you messaged a company in the States to gain their stock to put into your website so you make more profit. It's funny, when this gets brought up, you hide under a little rock. And it has been brought to my attention from a follower on Twitter that when you tried this shit with his missus and he stepped in, you went running off like a little bitch and back under your rock, and then it died down, and then you've come back and you've done it again. Every time it's happened, something's happened with you, Paul. It's, I'm sorry, I've had too much to drink, I like my drinks at night, this, that, everything else. Now, I said this wasn't going to get personal between me and you, Paul, but it has got personal because of what you've done. You've used your vape company to gain someone's trust and to get your needs, but you've used a vape platform, Paul. This is the bit that many people don't understand. You've used your business to gain their trust. You've used your business to offer them the world. You've used your business, Paul, to transfer money out of your business. Now, I'm not going to go into your finances and shit like that because I don't need to. But you've used your business funds to give to promoters because they were in need at some point, and then you turn it round and say that they tried blackmailing you. That's why you gave them money. No, Paul. You gave them money because you'd built up a rapport with these promoters. You were getting what you want, and you were trying to be a sugar daddy, if you like. And just for the record, females, $100 for a few pictures and a video. Bit cheap, I'll put it that way. But anyway, Paul, you could have come out and you could have stopped this video. You could have stopped me putting my tweet up by saying This is what's gone on. This is my proof. I've seen all the messages, Paul. You haven't really got a leg to stand on. I'm not putting all the blame on you, because the females were involved too, and there was quite a bit of back and forth between the both of you, the females and you. But you, Paul, used your business account, your business name. You used your brand to gain someone's trust. Now that is where it's a different game changer. That's where the problem lies with the vape community, Paul. You have fucked up everything to do with your business by this, by simply using your business account. Now I know you're going to come out and say, I'm having problems at home. How many times have you said that to people, Paul, over the last year and a half? How many times have you said you're in a dark place because there's someone in your family dying? Because I know of 4 different people that you've said that to, and it's been 4 different family members. You even told me the other week that it was a family member you've been given some bad news. Well, from one of the messages I got, Paul, you got given that news a couple of months ago. So how much truth's in that? Now, Paul, I'm just going to issue this to you. I've blocked you on Twitter. You've blocked me, apparently, on Twitter. You have, again, probably slated me, so I've heard through a third party. Now, I don't know, I haven't seen the proof, and I don't really give a shit. If you have slated me, slate me all you want. But I'm here for fuckwits like you, for me to stand up to. Because you're picking on females. Females that won't retaliate to you. Try picking on a male. Because I can guarantee you one thing, Paul. When all this goes viral with every screenshot, or soon as a bigger reviewer makes a video about the same thing, that's when you will be attacked by everybody. And I'm not on about physical attack, I'm on about people saying avoid this company. Because they will attack your company, Paul, because you've done it through your company account. This is what I'm trying to get across to you. You've used your business account, which opens the gateway for people to attack your business. Because people, if they're like me, see Smoking Vapes is talking filth. Whether it's in a general conversation, I'm going to make you wet. Fucking hell, Paul, come on. Come on, man. There's just no need. Certain messages like that should have come from your personal account. But because you've attached to your business account and your business logo is there, that's where you have fucked up. Now, I'll see you at Maypole. You want to slag me off, go for it. I'm a male. Got broad shoulders, I can take it. You want to issue threats to females and I get screenshots. That's where I changed the game. And no, that's not a threat, Paul. Before you threaten me with your legal team, you can bring your legal team into it, because they will look at every single message you've sent, which I've got screenshots of, and they will laugh in your face and say you fucked up because you used your business account. Now, getting past the whole Paul situation, as I've said to reviewers and people that are brought from Smoking Vapes, which obviously I've had a lot of messages regarding all this as well. If you want to use Smoking Vapes, do so on your own accord. I won't fault you. The next person won't fault you. You do what you see fit for yourself and your vaping needs. If you want to put up photos on Instagram saying vape mail and tag that company you got it from, that is up to you. I haven't got a problem with that. I haven't got a problem with any of my subscribers or my followers on Twitter. Regarding this, I have a problem with the business that has gone on, and that is Smoking Vapes. That is my problem, Smoking Vapes. Not everybody that buys from there. But I'm just going to say this, I'd prefer if you went somewhere else, to a different company, because this kind of stuff is not acceptable in the vape community at all. To gain someone's trust, to then get photos and videos for your own needs, is absolutely vile. It's sickening to even use a vape platform for that, and that's my personal opinion. So, but I'm literally going to sign off now because I'm getting a bit pissed off over it all, and I'm starting to get a bit too vocal. But yeah, you know what to do with all this lot, and down here and down there. Don't have to say that. But I've been TBD. Take it easy, folks. Stay safe. Remember, some companies are utter fuckwits. Some companies are underachieving, and some are overachieving too quick. But mainly, stay safe. Be careful what you're doing and what information you pass over to people. And don't be stupid and be convinced by certain individuals that own vape companies. Just because they've got a vape company doesn't make them a god or anything like that. Take it easy.